Application from Malik Rahim, Common Ground Collective, requesting to appear before the City Council to address the issues of the Youth Crime Summit and construction and employment opportunities as they exist in the city today.
Mr. Rahim, you know the routine name, address, and start your presentation.
All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You
You can come to the table.
I was just. I was trying to wait until everyone come back in.
Okay.
Basically outside. But in the interim while they're coming in, we have established an economic development component to address the high crime rate that exists in this city. We work under the premise that best deterrent to crime is employment at a livable wage.
Gainful employment.
So to that end, we have taken 40 people out of the Algiers community, and we are right now currently employing them. These 40 people, no one make, and I hate to say it after you made that statement about a person working for the city for $6 and some odd cent, because no one that is working, that is here today, is making less than $10 an hour. We have a training program where we are training 20 people. And those in the 11 o'clock training program, just want you to stand. And those individuals, we pay them, I give them a stipend of $10 an hour for 6 hours a day. 5 hours is actually on-the-job training, and 1 hour is group meetings. And those group meetings is going toward helping them to help themselves in this recovery effort. We have had Hope Credit Union to come over and sponsor a workshop with them on first-time home ownership and basically information on how to start their own business. Out of that $300 a week stipend that we give those that's here on the 11 o'clock crew, they have now saved $5,000. Common Ground, and how they do this is everybody put $25 a week back into a fund, an economic development fund. Common Ground, we have matched that $5,000 with an additional $5,000. So now they have $10,000 toward starting their own business. Pass a few of them. The flyer that we're passing out to you now is one that's based upon our new campaign, and that's to increase this, to make it citywide, to bring those that have been displaced in other areas, to bring them back to the city and employ them. As you can see, the flyers on the front and on the back side of the flyer is an application. And with that application, it is our goal to employ 200 people in the rebuilding of this city. To do this, because of the fact that, as you know, we haven't received any support from the state or federal government. Everything we have done it on a grassroots level. And on a grassroots level, we are now launching a campaign to bring people back to this city, a campaign to bring employment, to address, and this have addressed the crime, because the crime rate in Algiers, and especially the segment of Algiers where we operate out of, have dropped significantly, and people are feeling safe. We also have a program in which we take 100 kids from Old Perry Walker, and we give them $50 a month allowance to teach them civic responsibility. When Councilman Carter gave a crime summit, we had at least 60 to 70 of those kids, some of them coming from a game that night before, the majority, and some of them coming from a game they was participating in that day to come to that crime summit. We have been working with the Hip Hop Caucus, which is a national program to address crime. To co-sponsor the crime summit, the Youth Crime Summit this year on November the 11th. We need your support. We have opened up a new health clinic in the lower Ninth Ward. Health clinic that anyone who can go there can attest to the fact that this is a health clinic unlike any other, to say it was operated by a grassroots organization. But since August the 28th, up until the day, we haven't been able to open it because of a city technicality. So for some little small technicality in this city is stopping the residents of the lower Ninth Ward to have access to free health care. We don't want to see that same kind of technicality to stop or to prevent our employment effort. We are leaving here Tuesday, a group of 10. We are going to California, to San Francisco and Oakland, and start right there developing the grassroots support, investment support, to rebuild our community. We're going there to see others who have worked and utilized the Community Reinvestment Act to make sure that we have the funds and that know a little bit about these low-income tax credits, because none of this have been made available to us. Opportunities where once we was told that any time any funds is supposed to be allocated to New Orleans for housing, that we would be informed. That haven't happened. We have an ex-offenders program that we cannot open because of technicalities. We can have a drug treatment program open, but again, it's technicalities. So what we are here for now, what I'm here for now, and I've brought everyone, and I'm asking everyone to stand. Is to help us to help ourselves. You know, we ain't asking for no handouts. We have never received any type of large formal grant from any foundations. Common Ground have been a grassroots organization that have only been funded by a grassroots level. But if you will attest by our paper that we have passed out to all the council members, we have served over 100,000 people in direct services. We have raised over $1.5 million over the last year, and almost 90% have went in direct services. This is what we have done. What we are asking for is that when we leave Tuesday morning to go to Oakland, that we could go with the city's support, that we could go and be able to tell the mayor of San Francisco and of Oakland, and tell the board of supervisors in San Francisco and the city council in Oakland that we have the city's support, that we can come back to this city and truly start addressing the crime rate in this city. Because I'm going to tell you, the best example or best model for anyone that's out here doing wrong is to look at any one of these young people that is now doing right. And this is one of the things that we're moving on. We have a copy of houses that we have gutted out in the in the in the Ninth Ward. And we have gutted these homes out free. We never charged anyone for anything. And these are individuals that now we are going back to see if we can help with the rebuilding. Together, we have just bought our first complex. We are trying to buy a complex in the Algiers. But soon, as soon as they found out that it was us, all type of technicalities came into place. This was a complex that we was prepared to buy. We had an offer on the board for to purchase this development for $5.5 million. That offer still stands.
Woodland.
But again, because of technicalities, the bank that hold the mortgage would not meet with us. And now the owner, after I guess he had been informed by others not to sell to us, have basically tried to move towards selling it to somebody else. These people have been employed there, all of them making an honest wage, and all of them serve as an example to what can be done when a community is put its mind to working together. And they have shown this. And we believe that this can be exemplified throughout this city. But we need your support.
Ms. Councilmember Carter.
I want to say that I've witnessed with my own eyes the wonderful work of Common Ground in all those areas that Mr. Malik talked about. The city of New Orleans, in order to change the climate and the culture of New Orleans with regard to crime and everything else, must contend with organizations like Common Ground. When we talk about a best practice for crime reduction, when we talk about situations by which we have to look at crime from a holistic perspective, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I've seen the individuals who have been living a negative lifestyle being transformed to something very positive through the programs which are offered by Common Ground. I've seen the clinics in Algiers. I've seen the food distribution center in Algiers after Hurricane Katrina. I've seen in the Woodlands how crime has been reduced by all of the various wonderful programs. I've seen a young family, I saw a young family of a young man who was involved in a negative lifestyle, who's now married, and him and his wife are doing great things in the Woodland area. I've seen a collection of people with all races, colors, and creeds to come together to work together for a common goal. This is not just a black issue, it's not just a white issue, it's not just another ethnicity issues. He will tell you that in Common Ground, 90% of his volunteers are non-black. So this is a situation where, from a grassroots perspective, individuals have come together to do wonderful work across the board in terms of economic development, crime reduction, education, and supportive education. So from my perspective, you have my continued support, and I am sure, because it comes without any tarnish or an unfettered sort of situation, the credibility of Common Ground and what you are doing. So from my perspective, you have my 100% support, and I think that what we probably need to do is have a more structured environment to plot out partnerships with the city in different ways to assist what you are doing and to address the situation from a more complete and comprehensive perspective.
Any other council members? Any other council members? Councilmember Falco.
Mr. Rahim, I also just want to congratulate you on the incredible work that Common Ground is doing and that you yourself are doing personally, and all of the fine people that are in the audience today. Our heartfelt thanks to all of you for the tremendous work you're doing for the city. You know, we've seen all of the gutting work that you're doing. I know there's backlogs all over the city right now in our gutting work. You honored me a few weeks ago by asking me to be on your board on the medical aspect of it, which I am honored to be on and looking forward to participating with you. And I just want to say to everyone, thank you. Whatever we can do to assist you, I think that this council is fully prepared to do that. I don't know, Mr. Chairman, if it would be appropriate to do just maybe a verbal resolution of support, so as you go